Hello everyone, welcome back to the Well Sarthi and I am Tulsi. So today's video we are going to discuss about Siyaram Silks Limited. So what is the fundamental trigger, what is the technical trigger and what is the growth opportunity I see in this company. But before we move ahead, a quick disclaimer that this is not a buy or sell recommendation. This is an educational video and in this video I will show how I go about doing my research and analysis and identifying investment opportunities. So as you know, who of you have been following me, that I focus on three parameters: business analysis, fundamental analysis and technical analysis, and by combining all three of them I find investment opportunity. So if you are new to my channel, before we go ahead, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And with this all out of the way, let me take you to my screen and let me show you what is the opportunity I'm going to discuss. So on my screen currently I have the screener open and then I have the Siyaram Silks Mills Limited fundamentals data. So we'll first understand the fundamentals, that what are the fundamentals currently company is representing, and then with this fundamental do we see any technical triggers which are there on the technical charts. So a quick nugget, that fundamentals will tell you which company to buy and technicals will tell you when to buy. So that is why it is very important to combine fundamentals and technical both. So if you see CRM Sales Mills, I'm sure many of you are aware of CRM Sales Mills Limited and what is the company they are into and what is the business they do. And there's a very famous ad campaign done by the company, Coming Home to CRM. So I'm sure you all aware about that. So current market cap is 2658 crore, and if you see ROCE and ROE, company is maintaining healthy of 20% and above in both ROCE and ROE. It has consistently grown profit by 71% and quarterly profit variance is 51.2%. So this represents that as opposed to the preceding quarters, what is the growth in the last quarterly results submitted. And previous profit of previous 12 month 231 crore, which is again a great number. DII holding also decent, promoter holdings also very good, and then promoters have been buying in last 3 years from the open market. That represents that promoter themselves have a faith in the company and then there's something good about to happen. And this is a little bit of brief about company, what is there into, where they have their exports like Abu Dhabi, Australia, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Cambodia, Canada. And then if you see some key points, so company outsource is manufacturing requirements which are non-critical and outsourcing around 40% of this manufacturing capacity. So this is again a quick nugget, that whenever company works on this kind of outsourcing model, it reduces their capex and it reduces their day-to-day operational responsibility to a great margin, because then as much as possible, if they do outsource, so then they can focus on their key components, on their key businesses. So that's something, it's a management decision. In some cases outsourcing works fantastically, in some cases doesn't, because then when you outsource you have also need to focus on the quality of the partners who you are working with outsource. And then if we talk about companies, their own manufacturing facilities, that they have a yarn unit, ready-made garment unit, dyeing unit, indigo yarn unit, cutting, packaging and etc. So these are all just a basic brief about the company. But if we see something here interesting, what I like, that if we see the quarterly results which were submitted in last quarter, September 2022, and current quarter results are yet to be announced. So last quarter has September 2022, it has given the highest ever quarterly result since we have the data available on the screener since September 2019. And same thing with the operating profit, 120 crore, highest ever. Same thing of here, profit before tax, highest ever, 109 crore, and even profit, net profit as well. After tax it's again 81 crore, highest ever in since the data we have available. So this something represents that in last 2 quarters company is producing the highest ever quarterly profit, operating margin and the net profit and the sales figures as well. And if we talk about the profit and loss, if you see the trailing 12 month, it has delivered 2224 crore of sales. But then this is something very interesting which I am particularly looking at, is that along with the sales growth and the profit growth, it has also given the EPS breakout. So this is something I look at fundamentally, that whether the EPS strength is showing or not. And on fundamental trigger, if we are able to spot the EPS growth, and then the same EPS growth, it's evident on the technical chart pattern as well, that means it's a good to go signal. So here again, as you see, the EPS growth is 55.01. It is again highest ever in trailing 12 months. And then if we come down here and if we see the shareholding pattern, so promoters have been consistent throughout, and they have not done anything with their holding. So that means that whenever promoters are holding on to their own company, that represents that they have faith on their thought process, on their business mindsets, on their philosophy, and more importantly what they are doing with their own company. FIIs and DIIs, they have been keep coming and going in this company for some reason that we cannot find the real answer to it, that why it is happening. And but then again, during this period from 2014 to 2020, company has been giving fantastic returns. So that means these guys would have entered and booked out some profit. But if you see public here, from September 2022 quarter to December 2022 quarter, the public holding have increased. But then if I increase this, have a look at it, who has increased the public holding. So this public holding has come by Sri Vijay Kediaji. That means if you know who is Vijay Kediaji, then if Kediaji is buying, then that means definitely there is something happening in the company. Now there is very interesting detail. If we see here that on 5th September there was a rating update document updated from CRISIL. So if we open that document and if we see here that total bank loan facility rated 227.69 crore and long term rating, so AA positive. So here company have got their rating back because it says here reaffirmed, so by CRISIL. But then the reason of increasing the rating here, it is in this paragraph. Here it is written very clearly that the positive outlook reflects the expected movement in SSML's business risk profile backed by increasing sales and higher operating margins. While revenues have increased to 1909 crores in fiscal 2022, supported by a healthy volume growth, operating margin have improved to 17.9% in fiscal 2023 as compared to 10.5% in 2020. So as you see, what we saw on fundamental triggers, based on the same logic, CRISIL, they have also increased the ratings of the company as well, because they are doing everything right in terms of the increasing the sales as well as the increasing the profit margin as well. Because what happens, sometimes the sales is increasing but then the profit margin does not increase, then it does not really make a sense. So this is about fundamental triggers. Now let us go to the technical chart and let's see what technical chart says about this. So something interestingly, first I would like to show you here that if you are on a weekly time frame, and if we go to the little longer chart, so if you see here from this point onwards till this point onwards, company has consistently given up move. And if we see about the, in terms of the percentage, it has given 925% growth. So if you see which was this period, if I just mark line here until this line of the top, so this is from 2014 to 2017. So now if we do a retrospective analysis of what has happened during this period, 2014 to 2018, consistently if you see, the sales were growing, and the net profit was also growing, and hence the EPS was also growing. but then probably this time the covid hit, and then it had a huge impact on the sale and the margin, and therefore the decline started coming in. Now let me remove these drawings again and let me show you something very interesting. Now what we saw here, this consolidation phase, the similar consolidation phase is being formed here with the consistent rise in the volume. And what we observed here, the fundamental trigger, the same fundamental triggers are happening here as well. So I don't know, it is just my analysis retrospectively, and then my forecasting methodology, that we never know, we might see the history being repeated, because the sales are growing, the margins are growing, the profitability is growing, so all the triggers are positive. Now if I go to the daily chart pattern, and let me, yeah, is a bit of more into the sync. So if we see here this basing structure, it has formed the nice head and shoulder pattern here, the reverse head and shoulder. Let me see if I can draw, yeah, here. So this is one head, this is shoulder, this is head, and this is one more. So this is reverse head and shoulder pattern, and yes, remove this from now. And then if we see here as well, the volumes are consistently, they were consolidating, and then here we have a sudden volume spike with here a beautiful inside bar breakout as well. So in terms of the technical as well, it is given a good technical indicator. And then if I do the range calculation here till this level where it has given breakout, and let's plot this line at the top of this breakout. So in even short term as well, I see easily 30+% growth opportunity in this company. So that's it about this analysis, that as you see how we were able to combine fundamental triggers and technical triggers together, and then analyze this opportunity in this Siyaram Silks Limited. So I hope you like this video, and if you did that, then please hit the like button and share my channel with your friends and families who can benefit from this kind of such analysis, and subscribe to the channel. So that's it for now, and I'll see you in